So I realised I've made one of these in a while, so I thought I'd treat you to an update video, and just to keep you afloat with what's going on at Hurt. A lot's happened since the last one. I always say that, but a lot has happened since the last one, and always does happen, you know, since the last one, so I will continue to say it. Let's start with Hurt and the street team. So, thank you to everyone on the street team. We'll do this bit at the beginning, normally I do this at the end. I might do it at the end as well. Thank you to everyone on the street team. You guys are fucking amazing. You know, you guys helped get Z3 onto the front page of iTunes Rock in the UK, which is amazing. And you did the same for Z1, which is awesome. You fucked up with Z2, to be fair, and that's just unacceptable. And obviously, there will be severe punishments, which I'll start rolling out in 2022 as planned. But yeah, thank you so much for all of that. We're actually considering splitting the Skype and all the other groups into different teams now, not in terms of hierarchy, but just to split the numbers up, because there's quite a few people and there's always people asking to be added. And if you do want to be added to the street team, that's something you can do, then you can do that. So either message my Twitter or the Hurt Twitter and you can be added in as soon as possible, and it's all run by the same people, the Twitters, Facebooks, all that stuff. So just message them and they'll let you in. Yeah, and I think that's it. So while I'm on that kind of stuff, in the studio here we're waiting for a new system to be installed, which is a live streaming system. It's not just a standard webcam thing, because we've done that before. I wanted to make it slightly more interesting and play with angles and different rooms and stuff, so you can see the studio and the kind of working environment. I thought I'd pick an hour of every week just to stream. It could be totally random, could be making phone calls, could be, because that is most of my life in there, actually making fucking phone calls to the US, but, or you know, Skype calls, or it could be tracking guitars, bass, vocals, percussion, piano, whatever the fuck that thing is. That's a printer, but it could be anything. And I just thought it'd be a nice way for you to keep involved and to feel more involved in the process, because you had a little taste of it with the 2 Down, whatever the fuck that EP is called. With that EP, you had a bit of a taste of that, and I quite liked it. I quite enjoyed, you know, I'm a fucking camera whore. Yeah. Number one thing I am is a camera whore, obviously. So I love being in front of the camera. It's like a fetish of mine. So that'll be fun. That's sarcastic, by the way. I fucking hate doing this, but I'm doing it because I love you, and you, not obviously not you, and definitely not that one. Fucking hell. So yeah, we're gonna do a fly on the wall every week for an hour, random hour every week. I don't care when. If you miss it, that's your fault. Shouldn't be working, shouldn't be sleeping, shouldn't be living, shouldn't even go out. You should just be waiting by your computers for that hour. And don't forget to hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. What am I doing? Ignore that. Fucking hell. Another person just took over then. So that's the social side. Now the boring shit's done. So Z3, thank you all so much for supporting that. And you know, we had kind of the Z3 event, which you'll be seeing some clips of soon. I might try and pin someone to this video. Should I do that? No, fuck it, I'll do it on Instagram. That way you can barely see what's going on, because it's this tiny little fucking box. Thank you for those of you who came to Z3 event. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We're preparing for Z4 event right now, and I've been thinking of this event for a long time, and there is a prize at the end of the event, which I'm very excited about. We are flying people out for this event as well, which is the first one that would have happened, because it is a bigger, longer event, and it needs to be done, you know, to perfection. So it's a lot of work goes into this one. A lot of work goes into all of them, to be fair. In fact, what you probably don't know about the Z3 event is that we did the Down music video. Was it Down or Hillside? Oh no, Hillside we did after. The Down music video we did the morning of the event. So we got there at like 6 in the morning, whenever it was. And we were setting up, and it was a fucking nightmare of a venue. Like setting up for hours. And I did makeup. I probably went on at like 4 or 5 PM. That's how long it took to get to that point. We did all the protagonist and antagonist shots before that, and then it was the kind of main band shots. I was the first one to do it, and literally I went from 5 o'clock, was still with fucking makeup on and like the whole Benn shtick on, to setting up the fucking event up the top of the fort. It was grim, but it worked out well, and I got to meet some of you the day after, which was nice for you. Obviously, it wasn't really great, you know. There's one guy, it was probably the worst human I've ever met, and that's actually a direct quote from Steve Moncaster. But yeah, I'd agree with that. He was the worst person I've ever seen and ever smelled and met. He was disgusting, and I genuinely hope he comes to Z4. So that's it. So obviously that means the Z4 is en route now. It's not quite with iTunes, because I mean, it could be. I like a little gap, but I want to get the Z4 event ready. Like, my dream is to be able to do the event, and it's on the day that the album releases, and I can just hand you a copy of the album at midnight, and then it's out and it's done. That's the dream. Maybe Z11. By that time, I might have actually honed in what the fuck I'm doing. I'm working on another album. It may not be Z related. There was a poll that went up on Twitter a long time ago now, probably, that was asking you what kind of album, what one of my projects you'd like to see an album for, and so we're now working on that, which is very exciting. The beginning parts of that. There's actually another album as well before that. Was that the second half of last year? Yeah. So there's another album and a couple of covers and a few singles. Singles from 2 albums, actually. It's getting heavy, isn't it? But yeah. There's a lot of shit coming your way, basically. Just stockpiling like a motherfucker. And I hope you like it. You know, just going back to the Z stuff, I'm really excited for it. And there's some other stuff happening with Z at the same time as the music. And some of you in the Skype group know what I'm talking about and have seen a bit of that now. But that really excites me too. The idea of experiencing this story in real life, or to have it in front of you, is very exciting to me. At the end of this year we have Z.Live, and the format of Z.Live has changed slightly. Still inviting an audience, smaller audience. We're still inviting an audience, and it's going to be in the round, which I'm very excited about. We're having a custom lighting rig made, it's currently being made for it. We're going to record it in full. I guess, like, if you remember the 2 Down live thing that we did in like a rehearsal room, it's kind of like that, but it's going to look fucking amazing. And you know, we've got a camera team who've worked on a very specific Netflix series that I loved, and because it's past tense now, yes, past tense. And the producer for Z.Live, the guy who's doing all the kind of cinematography for it, is also from that program as well, and has done another program whose series is about to start in April, which I'm very excited for, and I know the ending for, so that's kind of shit. But I've been talking way too much to that guy. So yeah, it's just, there's a lot of stuff rolling with Z, and of course the book, which is now finished but not released. So when the last album drops, the book will drop with it, which is very cool. And yeah, so that's about it for Z. What else is going on? Can't think of what else is going on. There's got to be something else. I've done something else. Can't remember. Give me that. See, I'm getting old now, so it's the problem. What else have I fucking done? Did an escape room. It's pretty good. Can't think. Just remembered. Okay, so there's a little lad in the States called John, and he and I are formulating something new for you, and it hasn't started yet. We're kind of getting the architecture of what it's going to be, because it's going to be fucking big, whirring as well, and that's very exciting. Feels exciting. We had this initial idea for an album before. There was going to be like a movement through time, like starting with the most ancient sounding instrumentation possible, up to what future music is determined to sound like in the distant future, be it minimalistic or, you know, wave based, which is, well, I guess it's wave based now, but I mean genuine wave based. So, but that was starting to sound really out of touch and weird. Not that we ever drafted any music for it, just the actual concept of it started to sound a bit weird. And so we've come up with a new concept, and it's a concept I'm working with. I have this really specific idea with the Portraits thing I want to do. I wanted to do one really long song. It's kind of ruining something else while I'm saying this. But basically, I have this opportunity to work with a full orchestra for one day, because they're motherfucking expensive. So one day with a full orchestra. The idea is to do maybe I just had the idea of a 19-minute song. So if you think of like Axis Mundi times 2 and a bit, like some real epic saga, because if it were up to me, albums would be one track and you had to listen to it from start to end of that track, and that's 55 to 75 minutes of audio. That would be my ideal, because I spend so much time meticulously sorting out, especially with Z, the narrative, and making sure it flows, make sure it makes sense, make sure it ties back to the book. Everything has to be perfect. And I feel like if you're skipping tracks, or if you are playlisting, which you can obviously, and I do, you should be doing that stuff, really. I just hope, and why I like the album release party things online, is that it's a chance just to listen to it in its entirety. Even if you're only doing that one time, it's important to have it done like that. And I love those release parties. I want to make them, I want to up the ante with them as well. They're really fun. Not just with Z, with everything. I think that'd be a really cool opportunity that we'd miss out on if we didn't do something with that. In the background of all this, we have a new web content. I'm not going to say what it is yet. Coming for me, Two Down, Quiet One, Portraits, Hurt, Benn, Z, everything basically. Not the other one that shall not be named. Diplomat, nothing else. That's very exciting to me. I'm really looking forward to that. What was I just about to say before that? And then I decided to do that first. Scum. What was I talking about before? Scum. It's getting too old, it's the problem. Getting too old. Don't know. It's genuinely going to be me thinking for ages if it stays like this. Fuck it doesn't matter. If I remember, I'll do another video. I don't know. I can't remember. It was going to be good as well. That was going to be the main thing. Then this other thing was going to be... That's annoying. Fuck. Alright, fuck it. I'm in a foul mood now. Fucked it right up. Just end it.